Hello students, today we are going to see the new lesson from the book Vistas, and the lesson name is The Tiger King. This is the second lesson of the book, and the author of this lesson is Kalki. Actually this is a story. It is a kind of a story which is presented to us for the study. Okay, so I would like to tell you about the story first. That is, the story is a satire on the concept of those in power. Okay, so this is the story which is a satire. Satire means what? It's a kind of a ridicule or a mockery, we can say, on the consent. Consent means what? The pride and the arrogance of those in power. Means those whoever are having the power in their hands, they are really very much arrogant and they use their powers unnecessarily. So this is what the satire on those whoever are using that type of powers. And the story which is given us, that is the Maharaja of Pratibandhupuram. He is a hero of the story. So the Maharaja of Pratibandhupuram is given us in the form of a hero. So now I am going to tell you something more about this story. That is what, as we know that the story, the Tiger King, is a satire on the concept on those who are in the power. The Maharaja of Pratibandhupuram is the hero of the story, and when he was born, astrologers means whoever the prophets had foretold that he would beware of the tiger. Okay, that he would beware of the tiger. And crown prince means when he became the king, the title he got, that is the Jung Jung Bahadur, he shouted, "Let tigers beware." So why he announced that, we are going to see. Okay, so now I am going to start with the lesson. That is, the Maharaja of Pratibandhupuram is the hero of this story, and he also came to be known as the Tiger King. He came to be known as the Tiger King. So he is the only Tiger King. As soon as he was born, astrologers, means prophets, had foretold that one day the Tiger King would actually have to die. So this is what very natural. Those whoever are born, they have to die one day. But the prophets foretold this, and the 10-day-old prince, means actually that prophets were there, arrived after his birth, and that time that prince was only 10 days old and he started to speak. So the astrologers became very much astonished or surprised. So he addressed the astrologers, "O wise prophets," he asked them to tell him the manner of his death. So this is true that I am going to die someday, one day, but how I will get die? So he asked to the prophets. The chief astrologer said that death would come from the tiger. So they gave the reason for his death, that the tiger will kill you one day. Because of that only, the prince announced, "Let tigers beware." So when the crown prince came of age at 20, his state came into his hands. So he became the king at the age of 20. There were many forests in the Pratibandhupuram state. They had tigers in them. The Maharaja started out on a tiger hunt. So as he knew that the tiger will be the only reason for his death, so he decided to kill a tiger. So he started out on a hunt of a tiger. The Maharaja was thrilled when he killed his first tiger. So he became very happy, or he started to feel very proud that he had killed the tiger. He sent for the state astrologer. So he sent that tiger, dead body of that tiger, to the astrologer, whoever foretold about his future. The old man said, "Your Majesty," means that prophet said, "Your Majesty may kill 99 tigers in exactly the same manner." Means this is not enough. After killing one tiger, this is not enough. You have to kill the 99 more tigers in the same way. Means he had to kill the 100 tiger. But you must be very careful with the 100th one. So you should be very much careful with the 100 or the last tiger, because that will be the only reason for your death. The astrologer promised to tear up all his books on astrology and set them to fire if he killed the 100th tiger. So the prophet also challenged him that it will be very much impossible for you to kill the 100th tiger. And if you will get success, then I will burn out all my astrology books. So the state banned tiger hunting by anyone except Maharaja. So Maharaja set the tiger to kill the 100 tigers. He announced, or he ordered ban on the tiger killing in his kingdom by anyone except himself. The Maharaja hoped he would attend to all other matters only after killing the 100 tigers. So he aimed at only to kill the tigers, and he set aside all his other matters. Means he never attended any celebration, any marriage ceremony or something like that. Initially, the king seemed well set to realize his ambition. He faced many dangers too. So when he was on his target, he faced many dangers. Sometimes the bullet missed its mark and the tiger jumped upon him. So the tiger attacked on him. At that time, he fought the beast with his bare hands. Each time it was the Maharaja who won that battle. Means he successfully killed the tiger. Once he was in danger of losing his throne. So that time, means the Britishers were there who were ruling over our country. So there was a danger for his throne. A high-ranking British officer visited Pratibanpuram. So one British officer came in his kingdom, Pratibanpuram, and he was very much fond of hunting tigers. So he also liked to kill the tigers, hunt the tigers. And also he was fonder of being photographed with the tigers he had shot. So he liked that also, to take a photograph with the dead body of that tiger, whichever he had killed. He wished to hunt the tigers in Pratibanpuram. The Maharaja was firm in his resolve, but already means he wanted to kill the tigers in the forest of Pratibanpuram. But Maharaja already ordered to ban on the hunting of a tiger by anyone else. So he refused permission. So he denied the permission to that British officer. Since he had prevented a British officer from fulfilling his desire, the Maharaja stood in danger of losing his kingdom itself. So that was the only reason behind his loss of kingdom. So the Maharaja and the Diwan held deliberation over this issue. So Diwan and Maharaja himself, they discussed a lot over this matter. About 50 expensive diamond rings of different designs were sent to the British officer's good lady. So Maharaja and Diwan, both they mutually decided that they will send the 50 expensive different kinds of rings to the British officer's wife in the form of a gift. The king and the minister expected her to choose one or two rings and send the rest back. So they were thinking that she will select only one or two rings and the remaining rings will be sent back to the king. But she kept all of them and sent a letter of thanks to king. The Maharaja was happy. Still, the Maharaja was very happy. Why? That he thought that he had lost 3 lakh of rupees, but he managed to retain his kingdom. So that's how he was very happy. Okay. So the remaining part we'll see in the next lecture. Thank you.